Well, hi everyone, and welcome to this edition of ExecuNet Masterclass. I'm your host, Tony Vlahos, and my guest this hour is L.J. Rittenhouse. So, what is Candor exactly? What is its value at work, and how can it transform our companies and careers? Well, Laura has devoted her own career to addressing these questions, and she's with us today to show and tell why top-performing companies and the world's greatest leaders, in fact, lead with candor. Pretty amazing stuff, and part of our commitment here at ExecuNet to connect you with higher value thinking that can elevate your work, your career, and your life. I'm so happy to introduce today's presenter. Laura Rittenhouse is CEO of Rittenhouse Rankings, a corporate and investor communications change management company that analyzes corporate candor to jumpstart and improve performance. A financial relations advisor and keynote and motivational speaker, she has been featured on CNN, CBS, The Wall Street Journal, Business Week, Barron's, Investor Relations Magazine, and Institutional Investor, Big Think, and the list is endless. Warren Buffett recommended her bestseller, Investing Between the Lines, in 2013. And in 2014, CFA selected Candor Metrics as a program for its Future of Finance initiative. Laura writes about leadership, candor, and transformative change on Forbes.com. She's also the author of Buffett's Bites, Do Business with People You Can Trust, and a contributor to 3 anthologies, Trust Inc., Leading from Within, and Living the Questions. Finally, she's a founder of the nonprofit Families with Children from China. Welcome, dear Laura, to the ExecuNet stage, and as they say, they are all yours. Take it away.
Fear is the secret to success. And I'm going to talk about why that's the case. Now, let me just make a few comments about fear. One thing we all know is that fear and facing fear is a human condition. It's fear is scary. And so as I realized at one point that I was even afraid to talk to you today about fear. It's not something that people typically bring up in polite conversation. But as I look back, I realized that the fears that I faced have brought me to where I am today. And so the important business fact about candor, and you can see it on this slide, is that it is the essential competitive advantage, and throughout today I'm going to explain to you why that is. It may not make sense right now, but I am certain at the end of the presentation you will see this, and if you don't, you must contact me. Now,
You've drawn our attention to shareholder letters, and I'll say let's think of that as collateral candor, okay? This is what we write to one another, especially those who are in leadership roles and are writing to constituents. Can you in any way distinguish that from in-person candor? You gave us the example of Alan at Ford and how he would hug people and say things to people when he encountered them in person in the hallway. Is any one type of thing harder than the other, and is any one of those things more impactful than the other, Laura?
Well, they're all of a piece. It's all a package. If the principle here is authenticity, you know, if you write one thing and act another way, you're not going to build the trust that you want to have in your enterprise. Mm-hmm. The impact of engaging with people authentically is really powerful. Here's what I've learned. It's so interesting. In any meeting, there is at least one person who's, I'll call them the candor hero, who is not shy about inviting that elephant into the room, but they do need an invitation. And if you're running a meeting and you create that space, and you can do it just even directly, saying, well, okay, does anyone have an issue? What's the elephant that no one wants to talk about here? You would be surprised at what happens. And that makes an impact. That makes an impact.